Happy International Day of Yoga to all the viewers of Manatv and TV5. Yoga is about health. Yoga is about being at peace with yourself. Please come out and do yoga. Please celebrate yoga. Please propagate yoga for us, for ourselves, for our nature, and to be in harmony with one and all, and for our togetherness and unity. Thank you very much. Happy International Day of Yoga to all of you.
Dear friends, yet again we are at the surreal, the beautiful and the most quintessential place, Times Square, and at Red Steps. And you know, this is the heart of the city, in the city that never sleeps, New York City, in the heart of Manhattan. And we have the in charge of Times Square, Tom Harris, who's going to talk about today's International Yoga Day, and you know, how he is leading the whole team, how he is excited about, and you know, how much fun he is having. So Tom, tell me about yourself and the whole event today.
So today is the day that we celebrate the summer solstice in Times Square. It's a day to reflect, and as we see, it's a day to reconnect with each other. We've been sheltering in place, and we've been staying inside throughout the pandemic, and now we're at a point where we can come together and celebrate together. The summer solstice and the change of the seasons is an opportunity to do that in public. And if you look, people are having a great time, and it's a way to celebrate all that's great about New York City and all that's great about Times Square.
Wonderful, wonderful. I mean, in such a grand expanse of land, and people celebrating yoga and you know their bodies, and you know in such a grand magnitude. You know, I just wanted to ask you: do you also practice yoga?
I do not. I do not practice yoga. I really should try though, just to reflect and look inward a little bit more.
But that's wonderful because you know, I mean, you have that penchant to start it, and you know, you're leading this whole place. So I mean, more than the practice, I'm very much excited that you gave opportunity to Consulate General of India. Also, you collaborated with them, and you showed your due respect to this wonderful art called yoga. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Times Square is really everyone's square. We welcome our international tourists, our friends from India, our friends from all over the planet. So again, we're starting to come back. Times Square is emerging from the pandemic. We're seeing a high pedestrian counts again. We're seeing people come, and we welcome everyone to come and reconnect with Times Square.
Thank you, Tom. That's a lovely gesture. You know, I mean, such a warm welcome to everybody. And in closing, just to our Manatv International audience, give your final message about, you know, probably about health or anything regarding the pandemic, or how should they take care of themselves, because, you know, you've been through here and Manhattan got hit big time last year. So tell your message to our Manatv International audience.
So Times Square reflects New York City to the world. Times Square was symbolic of the pandemic, and empty Times Square was symbolic of the pandemic. Us reconnecting here today is symbolic of our resolve and recovery. And it's time for us to stop wishing and to start doing things again together.
Absolutely. I mean, I love your spirit, Tom, and you know, it's so beautiful to see a lot of people again, everybody back in Manhattan. You know, that glory is back, and you know, you have glorified this event and this place more and more with your lovely words and you know, with your work. So thank you so much, you know, for being part of this interview. And friends, that was Tom Harris, you know, expounding about Times Square. You know, he's the main person of Times Square. I mean, he heads everything with love and due care. So let's congratulate this gentleman, and let us also celebrate International Yoga Day on this beautiful note. Thank you so much.
Towards the south, towards Brooklyn. Step into plank pose, breathing in. Thank you. As you're breathing out in, stay here as you're breathing out.
Therefore, we have Times Square and yoga, two universal ideas, two universal segments coming together. For that reason, yoga celebration here in Times Square is so special. Yoga is about health, but it's also about lifestyle. This year's theme is Yoga for Wellness, and for that reason, I would encourage all of you to visit our stall behind. We've got fantastic products based on nature care, sustainability methods, organic roots from India, so that you can try and live more in harmony with nature and more in harmony with traditional knowledge and for your well-being. Yoga has various interpretations, various dimensions: spirituality, physicality, health, philosophy. To my understanding, there are a couple of elements which are very important. For those reasons,
we will start the class. Whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes, hands in front, and turn to the right, and your left hand is on your right shoulder.
Hi, I'm Darla Dabo from Teaneck, New Jersey.
I'm Kathy Livingston from Pagoda, New Jersey.
It was absolutely wonderful. Happy
love it.
solstice.
We love it. Happy solstice. We've made a tradition. We've been coming every year.
Hi, my name is Lilia Russo, and today it was actually my 8th year doing yoga on Times Square, and every time I do it, I'm having an amazing time to connect my mind, body, and spirit. I actually had a great practice this morning, and it's really good for you.
Shai Turel and Michal Turel from Israel. We were visiting New York and had an awesome time here doing yoga in Times Square.
My name is Michal, I'm from Israel. I had so much fun doing yoga in Times Square. It's a different experience. It's not every day you get to do yoga in such an amazing place. And I had a great time.
Celebrate together. Please enjoy the day. Please enjoy the yoga. I have Douglas do it with me. And if I could leave you with one thought, it's time for us. Now is the time to come together and stop wishing.
And look at your right shoulder. Okay. So this is going to be the starting posture for a long whatever you feel most comfortable with.
So friends, we are at Times Square in between 47 and 48th Street, Broadway, near these beautiful famous red steps. And people are practicing international yoga days, yoga practices with the co-founder of Summer Solstice at Times Square, also in collaboration with Consulate of India. Douglas himself is an amazing yoga instructor, and we have witnessed him doing some impossible poses of sorts. So we'll find out with him, what his pulse today is about International Yoga Day, and how did he learn about yoga, and a little bit about Summer Solstice and today's excitement, today's vibe and joy they vivid.
Well, thank you for your kind introduction of me. I was trying to do poses that everyone could relate to, as a matter of fact. But it turned out to be, I think, a pretty challenging class for some people. But it's such a joy and a pleasure for me to see so many people come to the square to practice yoga and to gain such benefit from the practice.
Amazing.
Yes, and today is a celebration of summer solstice, as you mentioned, and summer solstice is where the sun is the longest day of the year, and the sun seems to just stand still in the sky.
Yeah, it is hot.
And it's hot. But I was afraid last night. I looked at the phone, and I looked out my window, and it said it was raining. Actually, I didn't look ahead to see if this day was going to be rainy or sunny, but I'm grateful that it's sunny. It's a beautiful day.
Amazing. And so tell us what kind of yoga poses you taught today. I've seen you doing some really wonderful poses. People were really engaged. You engaged their attention, and you're really very flexible. Tell about some asanas, and because this pandemic has taken a toll on all of us.
Yeah.
How did you counteract this pandemic, and how do you think that people can benefit from yoga, and what kind of practices they should actually indulge into?
Well, as you know, yoga is the relationship between the mind and the body and the spirit, the yoking of those qualities or aspects of ourselves. And so as we're practicing yoga, we are actually trying to fine-tune that relationship through the physical body, or what we know as or using the 8 limbs of yoga, moving from the social and personal observances to physical, to breath, to concentration of mind, and eventually to the absorption of mind into what we think of as causal or spirit. And so it's along that whole trajectory that we are intending to focus our attention. And it's difficult or challenging in this environment because there's so many distractions, as you know. But life, of course, is always full of distractions. So it might be the perfect testing ground anyway. I try to find the poses that are accessible to most people, and so that there is so that they're not afraid of the process, but also giving poses that are challenging and that are beneficial. All of them are beneficial, but addressing the nervous system, the circulatory system, the reproductive, the endocrine, all the systems of the body, and purifying mind and body. So it's all encompassing, but to try to make it inviting and rewarding for people, I think is what I like to do.
Tim Tompkins, who's the founder of Summer Solstice, and he's a yoga teacher himself and a health and yoga aficionado. And he's going to talk about today's International Yoga Day, the beautiful people here at the Red Steps practicing this lovely yoga by our Acharya Patanjali. So, Tim, tell me about this initiative. I mean, how did you come up with this initiative, and how did you collaborate with Consulate General of India?
Yes, so this event began in 2003 when my friend Douglas, a yoga instructor, said, wouldn't it be amazing to do yoga in the middle of Times Square? And I was running the organization that takes care of Times Square at the time. We started that. It was just 3 people that first year. Then it grew to literally thousands of people, almost 10,000 people in peak years. And then, of course, last year, it didn't happen at all because of COVID. This place was empty. So it's symbolic and important that we're once again celebrating yoga, nurturing our light on this, the longest day of the year, after a year of darkness and challenge. And you know, it's been an interesting path for me. Through this event and through Douglas, I became a yoga teacher. I occasionally teach at this event because I realized that we need tools like yoga, which we are also grateful to India for bringing to the world, to help us navigate life and to stay grounded. And so it's also been a wonderful thing over the years to have this collaboration with the Consulate, and that the Prime Minister led the effort to make the 21st of June International Day of Yoga, and to be part of the community of people globally who celebrate this amazing contribution that India has made to the world.
Thank you so much. And tell us, to our Manatv International audience, the importance of yoga and how to improve your immune system. I mean, what are those special practices in yoga one should practice, or, you know, give some insight, so that, you know, I mean, in the middle of the pandemic took away so many lives.
Yes.
So tell us how to actually build that system inside, internally.
Well, yoga is great because it is a gentle way of taking care of your body and your mind and your spirit. It is exercise, but it can start off as a very gentle way of simply doing stretching, focusing on the breath as a way to calm yourself down. The breath is an amazing thing that if you just slow down your breath, it slows down your mind and your anxieties. And then by moving the body, you get flexibility that also brings new life to your spirit, is good for all of the organs, and then helps both clear your mind and help your spirit. So it's, and as you progress in your practice, it can become more vigorous in terms of exercise, but it's something that's very adjustable in terms of where you are in your life. If you're an old person with some ailments, you can still do it. You can do it in a chair, you can do it in a very gentle way. If you're a young person full of energy, you can do it. And that's part of the greatness of it, is it's so flexible, and that it's not just physical, but it's also spiritual and mental.
Thank you so much. And in closing, just tell our Manatv International audience your message, you know, so that they can improve their life.
So I would just say, you know, I think one of the great things about International Day of Yoga is it's a time when the world can come together as one, when we focus on what unites us, and the light. Namaste means, you would know better than I, but is about the light in me salutes the light within you. And so from here in Times Square, we want to say, We salute the light of people all over the world, especially in India. We know that you're going through many of the same struggles that we've been going through with this terrible disease. We will get through it. These are dark times, but the light will come through on the other end.
Thank you so much, Tim. And it was really wonderful talking to you, and especially on International Yoga Day.
Hi there. My name is Sherry. I'm from New York, New York. And Douglas Stewart is one of my favorite yoga teachers of all time. He's an absolute master. He helps, not only is he very fully aligned to his own full self and his own joy, but he helps us as students of yoga best connect to ourselves. He influences us to connect to ourselves in a full, whole way and feel the fullness of our prana, of our life force, of our full selves. And he makes it such a pleasure and joy to practice yoga and be our truest, most beautiful selves. So today was a joy. It was in the middle of Times Square, which is chaotic and wild to begin with flashing lights and advertisements and stimulation galore. And to be connected to oneself in the middle of Times Square, in the middle of all this chaos, is the ultimate triumph, to be our truest selves. So it's a triumph today, and it's a success, and it was full of sunshine and love and joy, and I'm just so honored and celebrated to be part of this today.